Building a guitar from a vintage Hofner Neck. Part 2, complete change of plan. Because I watched a video by Chris of Highline Guitars about building a guitar from scratch. And he made a very strong point, which is be careful what you get yourself mixed up in. Revealing that it was all about division of time. He wanted to become a better guitar player and he wanted to build guitars, and he found that the building of the guitars happened and he was left with almost zero time to play. So be careful. And I thought about this, and my life is full of other things. Of course, everyone's is. Not least that I have a little girl, a grown-up daughter, but also a very little girl. And I am a YouTuber. I make music, I make poetry, I fix guitars. So building a guitar from scratch, which I have done in the past, the last one took about 15 years before it was finished. I don't think I should get involved in that again. However, I still want to make a guitar from this neck. So bearing in mind the shape I wanted, how could I shortcut things and not start with a slab of wood, which I had to joint, route the edges flat, glue and clamp, and then take out the outline with the bandsaw, which I don't have. I mean, it's going to be an awful lot of work. So I found a way to shortcut. Here was my template, and here is what I bought. Here's the reveal. It's an offset. It's approximately the same dimensions, but it's already a body. It's already routed, not necessarily for the things I want, but it even has a finish on it. I don't like quilted finish, but I'm going to cover that up somehow. It's an EVH Wolfgang made by a company called the Stratosphere, but it was for sale second hand here in Norway on a website called Finn, which means find, and it was the right price, so I bought it. It's incredibly light. So that takes a lot of hours of work away, but I still have the fun of making a guitar, a hybrid Hofner Eddie Van Halen thing. Okay, so that's plan B, and that's the plan that I've adopted. This is routed for a Floyd Rose tremolo bridge. I don't want that, and because of the scale length of the neck, the scale length is actually determined by the fret spacing on the neck. I need to use this area here for the saddles. So a tremolo doesn't work. It's just not, it's routed in the wrong place for the scale length that I have. So I'm making a piece of wood to fit exactly in that hole, and I'm going to glue it in. Just needs a little bit more sanding, and then let's move the camera down and zoom in. It's going to go in here. This is ready for gluing now. This mahogany plug. I can't actually push it out. It's that good a fit. Here we go. So I'm using an equivalent, it's a wood glue called Trelim. It's the equivalent of something like Type Bond in the US. Trelim is literally Norwegian for wood glue. So what I'm going to do is put an even coating on all the contact surfaces. Okay, not really in the movie here. Let's get it right. There we are. And I'll spread it with a paintbrush. Make sure that all contact surfaces are actually wetted with glue. And the same inside. Good. This stuff is water soluble, so easy to wipe away excess and squeeze out. Of course I've got some on myself. I'll just get a rag. I'm just going to tap that down to the right level. Still a little proud. Perfect. So we'll wait for that to dry. Now, for some reason I had assumed this neck was flatter than my Stratocasters and so on, and I'm quite surprised to find that it is not at all. Using my gauges, whoa, this is so hard to do. Film while you can see. Makes me realise how good the YouTubers are who do this all the time. It's actually a radius everywhere of 7.25. Well, luckily I absolutely don't need to fret it because it's got brand new frets. But it does mean I need to make the bridge, or rather the bridge saddles, follow that radius of curvature. So I've got a volume pot which is DiMarzio branded, but I'm told actually made by Switchcraft. I'm going to unpackage that now and put that into the guitar body, and I'm going to put it here, closest to the strings, the bridge and my playing hand. The tone pot can go here. Incidentally, this is a 250k ohms resistance potentiometer, and the guitar expert in the shop, Gear for Sound, told me 500k was average and normal. Higher values would give me a brighter overall sound, lower values a more rounded sound, so I've gone for a lower than average value, and he assured me that there was no danger in this. There. I think I have some knobs somewhere, so let's see if it fits. It does, and there's loads of room for it in the electrical cavity. Good, I'm going to bolt that into place. I mean, fasten it up with the nuts and washers supplied.